Good morning. We have skipped to Wednesday. We had quite a hectic Monday, and then yesterday we literally just chilled. I don't know if like anyone knows me saying about last week that Alba was quite poorly. He started off with like a really bad cough. Temperature was up and down. He was really fussy, and he hadn't been sleeping. Like, I thought he was just being a bit of a nightmare with a cough. But Monday morning he was like quite a lot worse, so we gave him Calpol because his temperature was really high and stuff. So we gave him Calpol, then he like sicked it all straight back up, so we had to strip him off and get him changed. And I had put a request in at the GP, but when we got him changed, he's like, it looked like he was struggling breathing, like below his ribs. It looked like he was pulling in a bit. And what was the other thing? Like, his temperature was sky high. It looked like he was struggling with his breathing, and there was something else that made us think, hang on, actually we'll ring 111, because I think it's a bit more serious than just waiting for a GP appointment. Like, we want him to know that he's okay now. So we rung 111. Oh yeah, he was quite drowsy, that was the other thing. So we rung 111, and the lady on the call obviously went through like loads of different questions, which I think are very yes/no questions, because there was like 2 questions, one about his breathing and one about his drowsiness, which we were saying like, well, kind of, like he's kind of drowsy and stuff, and he's kind of struggling with his breathing. And she said, well, if you'd said yes to those, we'd be wanting to send an ambulance out for him. I said, well, he definitely doesn't need an ambulance. I said, but they are, like, those 2 things are happening. They're just not drastic enough for me to say, yeah, send him an ambulance. So obviously she said we needed to go to A&E with him. So we got him ready and went into sorry, I've started with a cough now. So we got him ready and went into A&E with him, and we're seeing pretty much straight away. When they did his obs, I can't remember what his temperature and stuff was, but it was his oxygen level that was like on the border of what they'd want to keep him in for. Because basically it turns out they thought it was bronchiolitis, in which case the only thing they can do for bronchiolitis is either keep them in if they're struggling with oxygen, so they can help with that, or keep them in if they're dehydrated to help with that. Alba wasn't dehydrated, he was having plenty of wet nappies, but when they checked his oxygen levels, they were on the border of what they would have liked them to have been. So they had to speak to paediatrics to see what they'd want to do, because obviously it wasn't low enough to keep him in, but it wasn't high enough that they'd be like, okay, yeah, 100%, you can just go home, and so he goes. So we ended up having to go up to the children's ward, where they did more obs on him, and thankfully by the time we got up there, his oxygen was back up to like a normal rate. But the doctors that we saw up there confirmed that it was bronchiolitis. Yeah, bronchiolitis. So yeah, so we were discharged because obviously Alba wasn't, like, he didn't need their help with anything. He was doing all right. But we were put under hospital at home care, which is basically the nurses will come out and do his obs. Are you trying to get the camera? So yeah, the nurses will come out and check his obs just to make sure that the viral infection, his bronchiolitis is in his chest, but they thought he's got something viral in his throat as well, which they wanted to make sure doesn't develop into something bacterial, like Are you put Netflix on? Like tonsillitis. So yesterday afternoon a nurse came around and did his obs, and they were okay again, weren't they? Yeah. They wanted to keep an eye on him, but there's no point in keeping him in a hospital where they've got tons of strep A and other bugs at the minute, which they don't want other little people picking up if they can help it. Oh, his swabs came, this is such a messy story. His swabs came back positive with RSV, which is what causes bronchiolitis. No COVID, no flu, and no something else, but I can't remember. They said if he's not eating, which he wasn't, to give him squash, like Ribena or something, just to get his sugars up if his body's not taking in any other nutrition. Apparently days 3 to 5 are the worst days, which lines up with how long he'd been poorly for. He is also in a leap, which has definitely contributed to the whole thing, because one of the symptoms for bronchiolitis is irritability, which is also a massive leap thing, isn't it, Alba? But yeah, the nurse has just rung from, like, for today's phone call, because they were going to check in this morning, and they're putting us on a dormant list until Saturday. So basically they won't get in touch with us, but we've got access to them in the ward until Saturday, and if we don't ring them until Saturday, they'll just fully discharge us, won't they? Well, they'll discharge you, I'm not charged. Oh, it turns out his cough could last 6 to 8 weeks, as bad as it is now. So that's gonna be fun. But the amount of washing that we're getting through these last couple of days is insane, because he's been puking down himself, down me, down Lee. We're literally constantly covered in snot, which is lovely. Like, I literally got changed about half an hour ago and I've already got snot on my jumper. And he's mostly been eating, you can't go over the edge. He's mostly been eating baby biscuits and like the baby crisps and stuff. Just so that he's got something in him. Although he did have some aubergine for his tea last night, didn't you? And then some pouch. So he's definitely perking up, which is good. Which is good. Ah. Ah. Okay. You feeling better? Are you? Yeah, it's Alba. Say hi, Alba. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm definitely coming down with a cold or something. I don't think I could have caught what out. I'm just very blocked, like in my sinuses, and my ears feel like they need to pop, you know, like when you've been on the plane. But so yeah, it's Friday. I was rubbish at filming yesterday. I did take, we went out and I did take my camera with us, but the thought of getting my camera out, even like just in the car when we were out, I felt dead awkward. So I feel like I just need to try and get used to that a little bit. Like, we popped to Tesco's and Pets at Home and Matalam just to get out and about in a bit, just to get out and about, yeah, out and about a bit, because we got the cutest little koala jogger set from Matalan, didn't we? Yeah, snotty face. So today we're at home. Lee's off work today, as every other Friday off, so he's off work. And I am determined, like, I have a proper long list. Just remembered I need to try and get tea in the slow cooker ASAP, because it's not going to cook slowly if I don't get it in soon. Lee's mum's here now, so Alba's downstairs playing with Lee's mum and her partner Chris. And I am doing the most satisfying job ever. So my nana gave us some vacuum bags, because we've got so much stuff to put in the loft, like clothes wise. So all the stuff that Alba wore at Christmas, obviously no one's going to want to buy on Vinted now, but I thought, well, if I bag it all up, put it in the loft, get it out at the start of winter next year to sell the Christmas stuff when people are actually buying Christmas stuff, then that's handy. But so I've literally just been vacuuming them into a bag, which is really handy. And we've got a quilt for if one of us needs like a night off, if Alba's being fussy, because he still doesn't sleep through, and if one of us needs a night off, we can like sleep in here. So like one of us sleeps in his room and he still sleeps in our room. So we've got a single quilt just for that. But I'm going to vacuum that. That's not going to go in the loft. I'm going to keep that down here, but it just means it's not taking up as much room. I kind of also want Lee to get down loads of the clothes that are already in the loft of Alba's, so I can vacuum that up, but he doesn't know that yet. There's no way I don't think you'll hear me over the Hoover, but look how satisfying this is. That's a full single duvet with a sheet on it. Boo! Peekaboo! Ah! What have you done today? You been for a nice walk with Nana? Yeah? Just want to get his changing bag sorted out later on. Lee's gone to the gym, and then when he's back and Alba's gone to bed and stuff, I'll sort that. I also really need to wash my face. I'm still in yesterday's makeup and it's literally killing my skin off how much I'm doing this at the minute. And Alba's side top tooth is coming through, because you can proper see it, can't you? But he won't let me put Bonjela on it or anything, but it's definitely bothering him, and his cheek is bright red. How red is your cheek? How red is this cheek? Good morning, well, good afternoon. I know I've just done that, I haven't got a watch on. Me and Alba are just chilling, aren't we? We're chilling and playing. Yeah. I've got a few jobs I want to get finished off that I didn't get done yesterday. We've got 2 boxes on top of Alba's wardrobe that are semi-organised, but I kind of just want to go through them and double check. And I just want to get his changing bag sorted out. And then we're going to go for a nice little walk this afternoon, aren't we? You can say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Alba likes to say hello. Yeah. Alba's cough is a lot better now. He'll still have a few coughing spells, but nothing like it was. Mine, sinuses and ears are really blocked. I can't really hear anything, Jesus, properly. You meant to pull that out. Pull. Goodbye. I know everyone says about it, but until you experience it, you don't realise just how, like, one after the other it is. And you don't even go to nursery yet, so I think we'll end up picking up even more stuff when he's at nursery, won't we? Is it Alba? So this week's been a really chill week. Nothing really exciting to vlog about, other than Polly baby, chilling, sorting the house out. That's pretty much been our life this week. So one of my jobs yesterday was to get the spice rack. All filled. I had loads of the empty tubs and I hadn't put the spice jars into them yet. But then I fully cleared out the cooking cupboards, so it was the right time. I've just got the little IKEA spice rack shelves. I need to get picture frames for those. But yeah, the IKEA spice rack shelves and IKEA spice jars. And then I've just used the Dymo label maker. There's a few I still need to do. But like, I've stuck the sticker on the side of them so that I remember what they are when I come to label them. I need to get, I'm so snotty, Alba's changing bag sorted. I can't hear if I'm shouting or if I'm talking really quiet, so hopefully it's just normal. But so at the minute Alba's got this bag with some stuff in, this huge bag with stuff in, this backpack which is actually mine with stuff in, and a little pouch with stuff in. I don't want to be carrying the really big bag around because it's just effort, and I feel like I end up just throwing so much stuff in it that I know I don't need. It's different if we're going out for a day, like proper out and about somewhere, but if we're just going to groups or like nipping into town, I do not need this much stuff for him. So I kind of want to get this bag set up as a, right, we're going out bag. out, like, that's my level of out these days. It's not going out and getting drunk, it's out as in we're going to a different postcode. Kind of just want to get the little bag set back up, which is the Tiba and Marl buggy organiser bag, if there's enough space. That's the problem actually. Obviously he's bigger, his butt's bigger, his nappies are bigger, they don't just fit as easily anymore. I really want to get like a little pouch to keep his, like a little bib and a little spoon, and then just pop his lunch in. I'm thinking I don't really need to put any toys in here, on the basis that I've got a little, I don't know if I've got one in here, but it's like a little canvas cube type basket box with two little handles on that we've literally filled with toys. It's literally about this big, just to keep in the car for him. Might do a little what's in my changing bag and out bag on TikTok, because my phone is gonna die. I'll leave my TikTok in the description box, and then if you're really that interested in how I've organised a 10-month-old's changing bag, then go and check that out. Can you see all the geese, Alba? Are they geese? Do you like them?
A bit.
A bit?
Bird.
Yeah, birds.
Bird.
Okay, so it's Sunday, but Sunday's pretty much been and gone. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock time. We went for a walk yesterday, but I hadn't turned, like my camera hadn't charged up enough for me to get much of it. I think there's like just like the smallest clip of us actually out for the walk. I don't even know where this morning went. I've just been playing with Alba and stuff this morning, and then Lee's taken him this afternoon to see Lee's dad, Lee's granddad and Lee's mum. We were meant to go out for tea tonight, but I don't feel very well, so I've stayed home and he's gone visiting. Well, they've gone visiting. So I've just been getting jobs done around the house, and mostly actually I think I've pretty much spent the day in Alba's room. And so I've made his little monkey hang from the ceiling, well, the wall, I can't reach the ceiling. I did that garland across there that used to be downstairs, popped that IKEA like backdrop green stuff up with his little A above his bed. Those are the prints that used to be up there. But I always thought they looked way too small above his bed, so I've moved them. They were straight. Well, the idea was to have them straight, but when I put the nails in, it turned out they were wonky, so I moved them and we've staggered them. His book's on here. Moved his pennant onto the wall. This is the cutest little thing we've got for his birthday. Obviously he hasn't had his birthday yet, but I thought it just looked really cute on the giraffe for now. Been quite a busy day just titillating Alba's room, but I think it's so cute and cozy. I'm just gonna get a few more bits done, then have a bath and maybe some tea before Lee and Alba get home. But I'm gonna say as a bar now, this will be the worst vlog I've ever uploaded. No, well, will ever upload. I'm gonna make sure now that I remember to film everything. But